Man, what's good, everybody, man? You are tuning in to another episode on the Halal Wrist Podcast. I'm your host, LT. This is your host,
Awesome in the building.
K-Sam's in the building. And today, we got the everyday investors, man. The one and only. If you don't know, now you know. You know what I'm saying? Hamza and Yoni, man. It's a pleasure having y'all on this episode, you know. We appreciate you guys, you know, for taking the time. I know it's busy all year long for y'all, you know. Shout out everyday investors. If you don't know, we're gonna put the ad down, you know. Real estate business, we getting there, you know. For all you money getters, go getters, right? Hamza, Yoni, man, let's start off with how y'all met, man. This is a brotherhood. It ain't just a friendship. I seen y'all around, you know what I'm saying? Y'all don't move. When y'all move together like glue, you know, so mashallah. And man, I'm trying to get, you know, to know how y'all, you know, how y'all met, where y'all come from, you know, etc. Whoever want to go first.
Go ahead. We've always been around in the same circles. We really didn't get close until I want to say like 2013, 2014, through a mutual friend. I remember I was on break, and my mutual friend had called me to come check out a project that he was going to work on. And I got there, his partner was and then I remember pulling the guy to the side and telling him, like, hey man, you know, whatever this guy's doing, stick with him, because you know, it seems like y'all gonna do something. Later down the line, you know, I met Hamza at an event, and told him, hey man, I'm about to leave my job. I was like, what you up to? He's like, nothing, man, you still in the real estate? I said, oh, okay, cool. You know, I had a construction background, so I was like, you know, I said we should link up. He's like, cool, let's link up tomorrow. And then we haven't left each other since then.
So when you met Hamza, he was already in the real estate business?
Yeah, he was already
that's what's up. That's what's up.
Wholesaling, and I think 1 or 2 properties in flipping.
Mashallah, mashallah. Hamza, speak about that, man.
What got you interested in it? Like, what got you into real estate, or Hamza? Like, what got you into it? Or were you always involved in it? And when did you start too? Since you know, Yoni said he met you while you was already in it.
Think about, I would say 2012, 2013. And no, actually, yeah, around 2012 is when I first started. But real estate was just always on my mind. I mean, it was like one of those things you always read on, right?
Right.
And you're like, how can I be rich? When you Google that, and it tells you 10 ways to be rich or something, there's always somebody going to mention something about real estate.
Right.
And
so you're saying you're rich right now?
Huh? No, I'm still trying to get how
I'm messing with
works. You know what I mean? I read it a while ago.
Yeah, I feel you, bro.
But I'm blessed, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah,
I
alhamdulillah.
wouldn't say I'm rich, but you know, I'm all right.
Yeah.
So just looking into it, and I was like, you know what? If everybody's saying that real estate is the way to, you know, be wealthy, I'm gonna look into it. And at the time, I was working for a inspection company when I left college, and the guy that I was working for would send me out to project sites, and I'll be the inspector. So I'll check drawings, I'll check, you know, foundations, things like that.
Right.
And I've seen a lot of people doing flips, you know, so I was like, I'm not gonna inspect forever. I want to do the same thing that these guys are doing. So jumped into it and quit my job. And then as I'm like, you know, focused on it, I met Yoni, and he was very interested into getting into real estate, and he was in construction as well. At the time, he was working for a big construction company, doing like basic work with them. And then I was like, let's just hang out and we can figure this out.
Right.
At the time, I was still trying to figure it out. I was mastering the wholesaling phase. I've done like 1 flip maybe, and then met Yoni, and then started doing a lot more.
Right. You said you mentioned you quit your job. Like, usually that's like one of the biggest risks for most people trying to start anything. You know, whether it's, you know, real estate. Whatever they want to do in life. So how was that? Like, how did you deal with that? You know, quitting your job out the blue and then going into something you're still trying to figure out.
think that's the easiest part, quitting your job.
You feel that?
Yeah.
It wasn't his first job. I'm sure he quit.
Yeah, I feel that.
I quit because I couldn't go to the beach before. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
So it's the quitting is not the hardest part. The hardest part that people deal with is fear.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just being scared.
Yeah.
And fear is going to stop you from doing a lot of stuff that you can do. So I think with all the past, I was always an entrepreneur and I had like side businesses and stuff. So
mashallah.
I've experienced failure and
Which you should.
and exactly and doing good so many different times that I became numb to it. So like I'm not scared to quit. I'm not scared to walk away from anything.
I feel that.
Once you get to that phase, you're unstoppable.
Yeah.
But the first part, I was just like, if I quit my job, am I going to make another $1? I'm not recommending everybody to just like tomorrow quit your job.
Definitely not. Right. Definitely not.
But you can like, let's say you have a job, starting real estate it doesn't require you to be full time, right?
Right.
So you can if you can dedicate 2 hours of your time every day on the thing that you're really interested in, you can still have your job, make your money,
Subhanallah.
but you keep doing 2 hours a day, 2 hours a day, 2 hours a day, whether it's reading up on it, whether it's sending some emails, whether it's at some point, those 2 hours are going to be worth more than your 9 to 5. And then you can quit and it could be a smooth transition.
Subhanallah, yeah, that's true.
But people will say like, if I quit, I can do this. There's 24 hours in a day. Some people get away with sleeping 6 hours a day and still go to the gym, still work, still got kids and survive. So if you're really passionate about something, I know you can put 2 hours, 3 hours a day to it.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I figured I could just go get another construction job.
I mean, it applies to you too.
Pay me to move bricks and exactly, right? So I was like,
it applies to you too, though, because in terms of like when you said you met Hamza, you were like, man,
I'm about to quit.
And I got to figure out how was it with you, and just going in. Hamza probably was somewhat situated at that point, but how did you feel going into it? Something new, like what drove you to go and do that?
Well, I managed big construction projects, like Hamza said.
Right.
I worked for Skanska.
MashaAllah.
My mentor, my boss, he really put me under his wing. So within those 3-4 years, I learned probably what somebody with 10 to 15 years would have learned on the job site, both in the office and in the field. So I figured, let me take my talents to South Beach, and Hamza was South Beach. So.
Right.
And I said, I gave my job 2 weeks.
Notice.
2 weeks notice. No, I'm sorry, I gave him 1 week notice because that's how they paid me. They paid me every Friday. So I gave him that same respect and gave him the 1 week notice.
1 week notice. I'm out of there, man.
So, I was out of there.
Like, man, I'm about to be out of here.
And I took all my connections. I remember, I want to say the first job we did, I took some of the guys that I was saving their numbers on the job site. Hey, one day I'm going to do this.
Right.
Can I get your number? And they're like, yeah, sure. They were plumbers that worked for big companies. Of course, they'll take side jobs.
Right.
So,
For sure.
I took these guys, with me, even though they still worked at the company, at the big construction sites, they still helped me out.
Yeah.
You're building your network.
Yeah, we built our network that way. And to this day, my old boss still helps us to this day. He still looks out, we've got contracts from him all the way to him coming out and just looking at things for us, when we don't know everything, nobody knows everything.
Right.
So, that's all.
No, I feel that. The love, man. We gonna get into real estate. People might want to get into it and know what it is. A lot of people hear real estate, but real estate I know has different types. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, I want to know, like, y'all talked about how, like, y'all got into real estate, y'all took the risk to go in and whatnot. Hamza, you've been doing it. Yoni, you joined Hamza. The love for real estate, obviously, the money. I know it's a beautiful spot for the money, profit and all that. But like the love for real estate, building, there's a lot of struggles that come with it in terms of, working with a house that's down bottom dirt, right? And going and buying these houses, dealing with banks or dealing with these investors or dealing with the love for real estate itself. As much as we can say, man, the love for our skits and HalalWrist and how we move. Where does that come from? Like, what made it be like, oh, it's real estate? I know it's money based, but in general, like,
for me, it's working with my hands.
I feel that.
I've always been like that. Even, you know, when I was younger, I was like, I told my mom and everybody, it's like, I'm not going to go to college because there's nothing, I don't want to be an accountant. I don't want to wear a suit every day. Like,
I feel that.
Literally would have made me depressed, you know?
Yep.
I get to dress like this. Sometimes I wake up 6 a.m., take over the world. Sometimes I'm in the house, taking over the house.
Right.
My own house. You know, I don't leave. So
Alhamdulillah.
you have freedom. You're your own boss. Every day is different. Employees are, driving you crazy. It's up and down. So it's fun. It's not like
something different
like
every day.
A robot. Employees one day coming to work and or they don't come to work.
Exactly.
So you're calling them, yelling. Mm-hmm. So it's fun. Like it's different. Every day it's gonna be something different.
I feel
that's what's motivating too. When it's different every day. Yeah. The thrill of it.
It's more of like, I would say, the challenge, right? So at some point, whatever it is that you're doing in life, it's going to revolve around the same thing, right? So it's not just like, I don't think there is a specific love for real estate. Like I'm not here like loving buildings or like architecture, like stuff like that. But the solving a problem, right? And the puzzle, that becomes some like an addiction. So you're like, you might go into a house and spend a month on it and sell it. And when you're selling it, you're like, damn, that was easy, right? Like, where's my next one coming from? And then sometimes you're like, I really want to do this building with the foundation really messed up. And it's really exciting at the beginning because you're over there like, how can I win? Yeah. And you're playing this game, and then later you win, and it's like the off season, right? You get the ring, and then you're like, damn, what am I doing, right? And football players be like, I'm going to Disneyland, right?
Right, something for the summer.
So it's like, it's a repetitive thing, right? You finish one house, you're like, damn, I want to do this again, and then more of it, like you start challenging yourself, like, it took me 6 months to do this, I can do this in 3. I should have done it in 2. I should have done it with less money. Like sometimes you finish the house and even though you made money and you finished it, let's say your budget was 100,000, you start to think like, could have got away with 75. So next one, I'm going to do it just for 75.
I see what you're saying.
Damn, it should have took me 8 months. Next one, I'll do 5 months. Then you're like, I'm done with houses. I really want to do a building next. So it's just like something that challenges you every single day, and at the same time, you do make money. So making the money is the perk. It's the not perk really of it,
But the different things you have to go through and learn from. I can do this differently, but this challenge is dope, though.
Yeah,
that's
it's like
motivating.
It's like an addiction.
Yeah.
And then at some point, winning also becomes your curse. So it's like the project is over. You're sad and you're at the table, in the house. So at the beginning, you're like, oh, I'm making money, and you're happy. After a while, you're like, okay, this is boring.
What are the different types though of real estate? Like I know there's commercial, there's like residential, but is there more like different types?
Started from the bottom. This would be wholesaling.
Wholesaling.
And that's how Hamza got it.
Yeah, but there's like types. I mean, types. Yeah, there's residential, there's commercial. So like.
Oh, there's not. Okay.
Residential is like what you can live in, right? You can rent. It's a place where a single person can kind of like buy, right?
Right.
So residential can turn into like single family house, a duplex, a triplex, or a 4-unit. All that is still single family.
Okay.
You can actually buy a 4-unit building as a single family house and just live in one of the units, and it could be your primary residence. Anything more than 4 units, it turns into commercial. So you can't get a regular loan for a 5-unit building,
right?
Or a 6-unit building, 7 or 100-unit building. And a 100-unit building or a 200-unit building and a 6-unit building is the same thing. They're both commercial, so you got to get a commercial loan. Also, if you're getting a business loan, it's a commercial loan. So if you're buying a house with an LLC, it's a commercial loan. But if you personally buying this house to live in it, primary residence, that's a residential.
Yeah.
So commercials, obviously more money. You have more experience. Like you wanna go buy a store on U Street, that's commercial. To rent it out to a business. The lease terms are different. So for commercials, like 5 years. Sometimes you see a 15-year lease, but your landlord is not gonna let you be in your apartment for 15 years. That shit is 1 year. So you gotta be out. It's gonna increase rent. So
they increase it.
It just has different things. Most people get into residential first. Once they start making some big money, they get into commercial. Because why would you own a bunch of single family houses, right? Unless you're trying to mitigate your risk. But instead of having one building with 100 apartments and you just collect one rent from one spot.
Yeah. So what would be the most like, or let me ask you this actually, what if someone, you always hear people say, I gotta have money first, I'm not gonna invest in real estate yet until I save up this much, but what would you tell someone that has no money or little money on like how to start investing?
Because they're imagining real estate at the end, right? So they're imagining it at the last phase, fixing the house and selling it and all that. That's where they think the money's coming from. Okay. That's the everybody's perception.
Yeah.
But in reality, you make your money at the purchase.
Okay.
If that, it sounds crazy, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm trying to get what you're going with that.
If your iPhone costs, let's say $500.
Yeah.
Right? You can sell this iPhone for $500. You're thinking, man, I really need to borrow up to $400 so I can find this iPhone cheaper than $500 and sell it at $500 so I can make $100, right? What if you can buy the iPhone at $1? If you find an iPhone for $1,
I'm copping it.
And that means you're gonna make money, right?
100%.
So when I say you make money at the purchase, it's the agreement that you made to buy the house.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
The house is worth $1 million. You find it for $200. You don't need $1. You don't need nothing because anybody will give you money.
Yeah.
Anybody will lend you.
And it's worth.
Matter of fact, a partner will come give you some money.
Yeah.
Right. So the whole thing is finding the deal, which is the number one thing. It's not online.
Yeah.
Right.
Because if it's online, everybody else saw it. Somebody has more money than you because you ain't got nothing, right? You're just starting to start out. So somebody sees the house for $200. Man, I'll give you $500 for this.
Yeah.
It's gone.
It's gone. Yeah.
So it has to be an off-market deal.
Right.
That's why you see people knocking on doors, people putting commercials, right? So they're spending money on marketing.
Yeah.
Somebody has a lot of money, they will spend marketing on TV, right? They will have we buy your house as cash at night when you're watching the TV, and then you got a commercial. You got money. He's spending money on commercials.
Yeah.
You can go to Google right now and say, I want to sell my house. The first 5 companies that come up, they're spending Google ad money. Then you're talking about somebody that has nothing, right? They can go knock on doors.
Yeah.
They got access to internet. They can find out where the distressed homes are.
Yeah.
They can find out who's late on their mortgages.
Yeah.
They can pick up the phone, right? We all have unlimited minutes now. It's not like
Right.
I don't know if you guys are too young for this, but
No.
back in the day, you had limited minutes and shit. But like
I remember that.
unlimited minutes, right?
I remember something like that.
You can call. You can make some phone calls.
Yeah.
Right? Cold calling. Hey, do you want to sell your house?
The book where you find everybody's number.
Exactly, but you don't have.
Oh yeah. The book.
Hey, I used to see that, John. I never lived through it, but
like you said, if you gotta go out there or whoever it is, you don't have $1 in your pocket.
Right.
Just go knock on some doors.
There's ways.
You get something that I'm willing to pay for $500 for, and you got it for $400. You made $100.
Exactly.
You call me.
Yeah.
Like, man, look, I found this thing worth $500. I found it for $250. Would you give me $300 for it? I'll say yeah, because I'm gonna fix it up, whatever. So now you just made $50,000. You hold that money. You do it again and again.
Right.
Now you got your startup.
You don't even have to touch it.
The last deal we just did, the guy made 80. 80,000, and all he did was pick up the phone and call Hamza. Hamza called me and said, "Should we get this?" I said, "Yeah, run it."
Yeah, awesome.
You got 80
What's
right
up?
there.
Trying to quit this joint and go see what's up with.
Oh yeah, 100%. The start. Why we waiting?
I might.
I mean, literally, it's doing. I mean, you guys seen the guy? I forget what his name is. He's the Asian dude. He teaches his kids on how to get into real estate.
I did see him.
Down in Texas. I mean, Seattle.
Yeah, I did see him on.
He still knocks on 100 doors a week. He says.
Oh wow,
that's crazy.
He makes $100,000 a month.
Rolls Royce, all that shit.
He got Rolls Royce. Every month he got a new car.
Right.
He's making $100,000.
You're not talking about that, the rich dad, poor dad?
No.
No.
Oh,
I was talking about. I just say.
I know who you was talking about.
Buy this house.
Yeah, buy this house. And he taught his kid. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Even like in his own buildings, he puts laundry machines for his kids, and his kids collect the money. So,
oh wow,
so a lot of ways to get money out there, but
you gotta want it.
Yeah, you gotta want it because there's a lot of rejection out there too. You know, how many people gonna close the door on you?
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? But eventually you hit.
Eventually, yeah.
Right.
So I want to say the guy that gave us the 80. I want to say. Just this year, he's probably made $200,000 in wholesale.
Wow.
And
profit is crazy in that field.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah. With everyday investors, where did y'all start? Like let's say the first big hit, something like that you can say you really ate from. or like you were like, yeah?
I mean, I was wholesaling at the beginning,
Right.
and I wholesaled maybe like basically finding a deal and giving to somebody else.
Right.
I would say like 5-6 deals at the beginning, you know, and I was averaging like 25 to 30 grand a deal. So that's how I got my first startup money.
Okay.
And then after that, I just, instead of finding the deal and giving it to an investor, I would basically do my first deal myself.
I see what you're saying. And obviously y'all were both in the same process.
Yeah. I mean, I never wholesaled.
Right. Before?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, that's something I definitely want to, you know, get into.
Try.
I'm not going to do the deal, but if I could make money off the deal, why not, you know?
Right.
I always saw, you know, and Hamza had convinced me, I always saw it as like, I got the money, why do I have to knock on doors? I could pick my own deals. But why not? There's money on both sides of the table, just, you know, collect.
Exactly.
I definitely want to get into wholesale.
Into it.
You know,
yeah. Is there like ever a bad or good time to invest in real estate, or does it even matter?
No, it's no bad or good time.
Yeah. No. Okay.
People need to live somewhere forever, no matter what.
That's true. Yeah, of course.
That's facts.
Not forever. I mean,
right.
Prophet Moses was fighting for land.
Yeah.
Not long ago.
Exactly.
Let me grab this.
Yeah, you good, bro? Go ahead.
Land and all that is just going to exist before.
Yeah. And everyday investors. When did the name start? You know, what inspired that?
Yeah, who picked the name?
Yeah, who did? We trying to figure that out.
I remember one day I had posted like, "Yo, who wants to do a ride along or, you know, go, you know, like, you know, on Instagram." I was just, you know, guess they would call it cloud chasing. I was just, you know, not really meaning it. I mean, I was meaning it like, 'cause I know my friends would hit me.
Yeah.
But then, you know, I got a lot of hits in my DM, and I showed Hamza. He was like, "Yo, just tell them to come on." So
yeah,
I said, "Yo, we need a name," and I want to say we had just came back from I know I was looking on Instagram and I seen Everyday People, the concert or the show, whatever they do.
Hey, I'm not sharp to them,
so
but
then I was just like, it's like, yo, you know, we need everyday investors. That's what I was thinking. So it's like for the everyday person.
Yeah, no. It's catchy, no.
Yeah, it is catchy. I'm not gonna lie, you know.
Because that's what we're chasing. We're chasing the everyday person, not only the vetted investors where they have to put up, like the Grant Cardone. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got to put up $250,000 to deal with him.
That's right.
You know, so you know, most people, you know, that's not an everyday person.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying.
We just want to give access to the everyday person to access real estate, pretty much.
No, definitely opportunists. You know, as long as I know y'all opportunists. You know what I'm saying? Chase. You know, more about, you know, giving. Technical difficulties. You good, man?
We'll do it after.
You good. No worries.
Too much longer, but go ahead. You gotta say something. Is there like, you know, locations? As far as location goes, where you find property and stuff like that. Is there areas that you avoid, or cities, or like?
Everybody has a different style, so you'll find investors that are like literally investing in just
Baltimore,
for example.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot.
Or somebody that's just
down
doing
bad,
New Jersey,
right?
or somebody that's doing New York, or whatever. But it's just their style.
Okay.
Our style is the DMV.
Shout out to DMV, man.
DC, Maryland, Virginia.
Everyday
Also,
investors.
it's not just that, but it's like I'm the type of investor that wants to be close to my investments.
Okay. Yeah.
Right, because I'm hands-on.
Okay.
So if I was to
Smart.
buy brand new buildings that are already renting, that's like for a rich person that has all this money and their money's just sitting in their account. Then you could buy a building in Wisconsin, right?
Yeah.
It's already renting and you get your rent money. That's cool. But that's not what we're not here for the long term. Like, we're trying to get this money now. So some of the stuff we're flipping or keeping, it's for now.
Okay.
So if it's for now, then it needs added value, meaning it's a messed up house. I gotta fix it, and that's where I make the money.
Okay.
If somebody gives you can get let's say you get a car, somebody will tell you the car is $100,000, but it got no engines, it got no tires. I give it to you for 30.
Right.
Now I know I can get the tires and the engine for like 10,000. Of course, I'd rather get a messed up car and do it.
Yeah.
So that's how it is with our real estate. Now, if I'm going to add that value in it, that means that this real estate cannot be too far away from me, because there's an everyday thing that I need to be fixing. So if something does go wrong, or my contract doesn't show up, I need to know about it. I need to be there in 20 minutes, fix the situation, whatever it is. Can't do that if I got to drive an hour to Baltimore. Can't do it if I got to go some Ohio
right.
places. So
right.
I'd rather be next to it. In the future, if I'm like trying to retire and like kind of stop, then I don't care where the property is, as long as it's income producing, it's rented, and it's good for 10, 20 years from now, and nothing I need to fix. I can have a property manager to watch the building.
Exactly.
And rent. And I want some slow money, I can do that. But if you're flipping and stuff like that, you know the market that you're in. Plus, you would know the streets, right? Mm-hmm. Like if somebody's not from DC and comes here, it's like, and he's in, let's say Southeast DC,
right?
And somebody sells on the house and says 20 minutes from the White House.
Yeah, location.
It is 20 minutes from the White House.
But,
right? But is that the same?
Petworth, no.
Is that the same as Northwest? Is that the same as Georgia Ave?
Mm-hmm.
Is Georgia Ave, for example, the prices go lower to Georgia Ave towards Howard and keep going up towards Silver Spring? What's happening with the numbers? It's cheaper going up. It's more expensive going this way.
This one.
Why? Because that's closer to Chinatown. This one's closer to Silver Spring. So
that's crazy.
You know these things because you live here and you know that you drive these streets every day. Right?
Yeah.
But if somebody right now give you an address in Ohio,
you don't know.
Yeah. You don't know. One block could be nice, especially Baltimore. Forget Ohio. Baltimore is so close to us, like an hour away.
Yeah.
Baltimore.
One street could be really nice.
The next block.
Walk 2 blocks over. There's not a single house.
That's
behind the house.
Literally behind the house.
While you're building and the block's burning down.
Right.
You can easily get tricked, or you can easily make the bad move.
Yeah.
And one bad move can cost you your entire investment.
Yeah.
But if you know your map, if you know where you're at,
Where you're going,
there's not a place. I can tell you everywhere in DC about a zip code.
Yeah.
Tell you what they're getting, what they're not getting for their house, 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom. I know that already.
Right.
So try to redo that somewhere else. And then also, this is, like I said, I was saying the DMV is not only just because we're from here. Even if I wasn't from here, this is where I would invest my money because it's backed by the government. There's a lot of, government contracts. Everybody's making money here, Yeah. Everybody's making money.
Everybody moves here. Like
everybody
so
moves.
many
It's
people
the
that
government.
are not from this
It's the capital of the world.
Yeah, exactly.
If you want to make your money, come to the DMV. We got everything, man. And whether it's everyday investors or.
That's how I know that also there's so many people from out of state that move here because all these different fans of different sports teams. Nobody supports the Wizards, Commanders,
Oh man, that's a different topic.
Man, y'all it's a different topic. I'm just saying,
but I'm saying like
that
a whole different.
Sports, because we have a very strong job market and like a very strong employer. So like right now, for example, our biggest not 90%, but like the biggest employer in this area is the government.
Yeah.
If it's not the government, then it's somebody that's contracted to the government.
Contracted, by the government.
So like if you have an IT job, chances are the contract you're working on is a government contract.
Yeah.
Or if you have, because all the companies, Lockheed Martin, all these guys that are making weapons and stuff, who they're going to sell these weapons to?
Right.
So in LA, you got the biggest buyer is
right there.
It's the government. So
Mm-hmm.
they have these meetings. So Boeing, Lockheed Martin, HP, all those guys have to be here. So obviously they need personnel, right?
Right.
Yeah.
All these people that they bring in from different states that are going to work in these offices need a place to live.
Exactly.
And then once those people buy a house, they don't lose the house because the government is not
going nowhere.
Going to stop making weapons. 1, 2, they're not going to shut down. 3, they don't fire people. So their job is secure. So that means they're making their mortgage payments, they're making their rent payments. Their life does not change. But when you have these other markets where, let's say Detroit, car business is doing bad, Ford out of business.
Yeah, they left.
That's 10,000 people that
that's
lost
crazy.
their job.
They just rolled out.
Just step.
They just rolled out.
What happens to the people that work in there that are getting a salary, right?
Yeah.
They go home, they can't pay rent this month. So that whole market starts crashing because you got people, the lender is not, the guy that owns the house is not getting his rent. He can't pay his mortgage. Bank starts taking stuff back. People get homeless. You start evicting.
Yeah.
But it's very hard to see that in DC because give me a day and the White House like, we're going to move to Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And it's very diverse here. So even the guy with the no money to little bit of money to medium to a lot of money.
Yeah.
There's all types of ranges of flips. Deals here. So you have your
you go to PG County.
That's where I'm from. Shout out PG County.
Yeah, shout out PG County. That's where I grew up and raised.
Oh, for real, same.
It's of course it's not Northern Virginia. They have the same house Same builder that built in Northern Virginia, but the price is different.
Yeah.
So you can get your foot in the door with the with the cheaper homes.
Exactly.
They're not even cheaper. Same house, just different location, which makes the price difference. So we have a range of
different classes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. In the real estate game, I mean, obviously, mashallah, like, you know, what y'all saying now is through a lot of experience. You know what I'm saying? Ups, downs, everything, right? Let's say for those, you know, other real estate agents, whether they're here, whether they, you know, wherever they may be, when you go through a bad flip or something like that, how do you guys bounce back off that? Like, let's say, like, through the experience as you was growing to everyday investors now.
I mean, I don't want to, like, be cocky or anything. We've never lost. But that doesn't mean that we hit our marker.
Yeah, we need the facts. Just tell the truth.
Yeah, we never hit our marker. I want to say,
alhamdulillah,
on one of our first flips, we made 10K.
MashaAllah.
After 6 months.
Right.
We knew everything we did wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
And the next one, I think we made like 120.
Yeah.
So a learning experience within the flip.
Yeah, within the flip.
Yeah.
You're gonna. I mean, before I met Yoni, I lost, I would say, money on my first flip, but.
We haven't lost. He might have lost.
He said we haven't lost. He might have lost.
You know, he lost somewhere else.
I was playing for Cleveland.
Yeah.
Oh man, hey, he came back and won it for Cleveland. So
it's
one time though.
Yeah, just one day.
Then he left.
he said one time, then he left. Hey, as long as he did it.
But no, my mentor used to always tell me, it's like it's called tuition.
Uh-huh.
Right. So when you lose, it's your tuition. So basically, you're paying for that, right? It's like a class. So
right.
All the experience that we're talking about, or stuff that I'm telling you, is from losses.
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
mistakes.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you think you're going to flip a house or do anything and not fail, just might as well stop.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Might as well don't.
Failure is the best teacher.
Podcasting thing you're doing right
Right.
now, whatever it is, or Halal Wrist, there has to have been times where you're like,
100%.
this was a bad idea, but then it's not like you gave up everything.
Agreed.
You just didn't make that mistake again and move forward.
Exactly.
So the more mistakes you make, you really get better.
Yeah.
So every mistake, when you look at it, at some point you get numb and you're just like, oh, that was a mistake. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So what I did here, I'm not doing it again on the next one. And you just keep going.
Yeah.
But if you stop and you're like, damn, I made this mistake, and you're like, you're all up in your feelings,
Yeah.
you're wasting time. Time is money.
Right.
Eventually, you will get numb to it. I mean, $10,000 and $50,000 loss to me is the same.
Mm.
I don't even like.
At this point.
Yeah. At this point, I've lost $100,000 before and went out that same night. At a time in my life, and came back.
That's crazy.
And then went to work like it never happened because it's up and down.
It's up and down. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna jump out the window.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
Now it takes a lot to even get there, you know, to a point where, you know, even the losses, it's not that they don't affect you. Obviously, you know, it is a loss.
When I mean losses, I mean potential gains.
Yeah. I don't mean like,
potential gains. Like
Yeah.
you imagine, it's like, I could have made an extra
More.
Yeah, exactly.
50 on that.
Exactly.
But you can't dwell on that. You just keep it moving.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I meant.
It was supposed to go through it to gain something from it. There's always something to
that's
gain
right.
from.
It was written, as they say. Right?
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. We talked about all this real estate, and I want people to know, you know, all these W's, losses, where they came from, you know, how far y'all got, you know. Let's talk about y'all personally, like where y'all from, so people can know anybody can do this. It ain't just you know, us foreigners, we come, you know, from our countries thinking, you know what I'm saying, life is tough here, we have to go through school like you said earlier, or we have to do this or whatnot. But all this stuff is like just in you. You gotta want it, as you said, and go get it. So I want to kind of redirect the conversation towards, like, you know, speak about y'all, where y'all from, you know, where y'all grew up and stuff like that. You know, we didn't talk about it in the beginning, but so that way people know these investors right here, where they from and what they come from and how far they've got, you know.
I'm first gen.
First gen.
Yeah, Ethiopian, DMV, literally DC, Maryland, and Virginia raised.
Right. Mentioned PG County earlier.
You know, private schools, great schools.
MashaAllah.
Didn't go to college.
Right.
I wanted to own a tow truck company, like I said, working with my hands.
Right.
Not like, you know, I'm not the smartest person, and not the dumbest person. So like I said, you can make it. Like, just as an average person, you can make it.
Yeah.
Just be a team player. That's it. Don't do anything by yourself. Don't work out.
Damn, where do I start? What is it? What's the question? Where are you from? Originally from Somalia. Lived in Syria. Migrated to Syria, to Egypt, then to PG County.
Oh, okay.
Back in
Where in PG County?
1999. Landover.
Where?
Landover, Maryland.
Landover. I was out Highsville.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were right there.
Landover.
Yeah, I was in the projects first.
I get it.
Because, you know, when you come as a refugee, they put you in like
Yeah.
the Section A or public housing.
Now you own them.
Yeah, so we stayed. Shout out to King Square Apartments, Landover, Maryland. Stayed there for months and then moved to Virginia, Northern Virginia. Then to DC. But yeah, so came here when I think I was 12 years old.
Right.
Speak word English. Went to public schools. Went to George Mason University later. And that's about it. Yeah.
Completely opposite.
Yeah, complete opposite. Yeah.
But somehow, you know, make it work.
Still, yeah, made it
Exactly.
work. You came here to America when when Dan Snyder built that stadium, that ugly stadium
Oh.
in Landover.
All I remember was Maryland, and I remember people were getting ready for Y2K.
Oh wow.
Y2K?
Yeah, you don't know that.
Yeah,
You're
you
probably
know-
too young for that.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. What is that?
Why to get when they were
Will
like
Smith performed Wild Wild West.
No.
Actually, he did. He performed Wild Wild West at the Y2K.
What is that?
So
Like a
Y2K
stadium or what is
The
it?
year 2000.
the year 2000? Yeah.
The year 2000, when they thought computers, nothing was going to work.
Oh,
because
yeah,
They said they
yeah.
only programmed everything to the year 2000.
Mhm.
It was
Yeah.
like one of the biggest.
Oh, I didn't even know
You
that.
were like, you would go into CompUSA or Best Buy and stuff to buy a computer, and the computers would say Y2K approved sticker on it. So like,
People were pulling their money out of the
Oh
bank.
wow.
people were
Yeah.
That's
ATM's
crazy.
not gonna work anymore.
Nothing. Everything gets erased. You get erased. Your birthday gets erased.
I went
Everything gets
through it, I'm
erased.
not
Basically,
gonna lie.
you know, they didn't
Went
think I
through
guess we would make it to here,
Yeah,
so they
yeah.
waited till '99 to start thinking
So then
about it.
2000, the clock basically the countdown is happening, and the whole world is like
Waiting.
What's gonna happen?
Everybody waited.
It was like that in 2012 too, right? When they thought the world was gonna end or something.
How old are
Oh,
you,
yeah.
by the way? I don't know.
I'm turning 30 in August.
Oh, okay.
25, 26 this year.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You know,
Yeah.
we trying to get to y'all location right now.
You get there fast. Don't worry about it.
Inshallah, fam. Inshallah. Speaking about, you said Ethiopia earlier. Y'all got investments out there too, man. Speak about that.
Shout out to Zemo.
Shit, shout out Zemo, man.
We're a quality service provider. We are what would you call it? Food carrier, courier service.
it's a tech startup.
Yeah, tech startup. Yeah,
I feel
Doing a
that.
bunch of things like Uber Eats. We're the Uber Eats of like
Ethiopia right now.
Right.
You can still do package delivery. You can do courier service and things like that. So
Up next is South Sudan, Djibouti, and I believe Somaliland.
Shout out South Sudan, man.
They're not gonna let you in Eritrea.
Whoa, huh?
I said they're not gonna let you in Eritrea. They don't let nobody in there.
We'll come through if they let us. We'll go to North Korea for that money.
Yeah, nice shot.
We didn't mean that, U.S. We didn't mean that.
Oh yeah, we're gonna take that out. We're gonna take that out.
Right.
His name is Yoni,
Scoop
guys.
you
No,
up
I'm
real
kidding.
quick. Only reason they don't bother them, they're like, hold on, it's foreign discretion.
But no, man, mashallah, it's like, you know,
Go ahead. No.
we're starting off at real estate, you know, here locally. You know what I'm saying? Now y'all going out to, you know, different countries back home for you, wherever it may be, you know. Any plans y'all want to give the scoops in right now for Halal Wrist Podcast or?
I mean, we're trying. We're
South
trying to
Sudan was
refine our
one.
portfolio. We are getting into things that some more startups.
I feel
Yeah.
We can't really talk about some things.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
More
You know,
startups.
it's worth a try.
Yeah, definitely.
It's worth a try.
But in terms of real estate, we're trying to do it a little bit bigger.
Okay, mashallah.
We're thinking about starting a fund,
Okay.
people that can invest in, and do bigger projects, do some buildings, do a lot of commercial
Mhm.
investments. I'm very excited to see where this market is going to go with the inflation and the higher interest rates and stuff. So, and we have a few projects that we got in the last 2 years that we're trying to exit out from. So a lot of them are coming to the end now. So
Right.
soon we'll be trying to look into, we'll have time at least while the market is kind of slowing down a bit.
Yeah.
We'll have time to focus on the Everyday Investor Fund. And things
Well,
like that.
I'm not too familiar with this, but they're talking about recently. I just heard on the radio actually about the housing market is going to crash and stuff like that. What is? I don't know. I mean,
So
from someone that doesn't know, or
last year or two, it's been like crazy for the real estate market. So you get a house, you ask anybody that was shopping for a house in the last year, and they'll let you know. Like if you put an offer in there, somebody offering more than you, it's too expensive.
Yeah.
The interest rates were so low that anybody could afford a $1 million house at some point. So like everybody started going bigger. So why get a 1 bedroom and a den? Shit, let me get a single family 3 bedroom.
Exactly.
Right? Because the interest rate is so low. So while that was happening, and basically inflation was going up. So now to control inflation, they're going to make it harder for you to borrow money.
Okay.
So they raise the interest rates to basically slow down this buying.
Mm.
So now the only people that are buying are like, I don't care what this interest rate is, I'm still buying it. But the average person, that's why the rent is going up right now and everywhere, because the average person is thinking, oh, interest rate is too high, I'm going to rent for now. When the interest rate goes back down again, then I'm going to buy. So now it's very hard to find somewhere to rent, because that was everybody that couldn't get a house this year.
Exactly.
For example, the same house that your mortgage would have been $2,500 is $4,000 now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sheesh.
You can't afford the $4,000.
Exactly.
You know.
So you fall back and you rent something for $2,500, $3,000. So
for the same price too.
That's
gonna
tough.
crash,
The price didn't go up.
like,
Say the house is the same price.
Yeah.
Because the interest rate.
So now it's just basically double just because
It's almost at 6%.
It's to make it slow down, so the average Joe will slow down a little bit.
But
it's a game.
It's good to do that because you want to correct the market. You want to get this stable, right?
Right.
It was too crazy at some point.
Yeah.
I can't even get a house. I try to get a house, somebody else is bidding over you. So like, it's messed up. But crash, I don't think a crash. You know, again, even if it does crash, you're in an area that doesn't crash.
Yeah.
Because then you can just look back on times, like check what was going on in 2008, what was going on in 2009 in DMV.
Yeah.
Not much. Nobody got Georgetown houses for cheap. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
that price was still the same.
They be like this, but deep.
Yeah.
Am I right?
It don't matter even if it's like this. It's Georgetown. It's your zip town.
It's just exactly.
What school your kids are gonna go to?
Right.
No crime.
Yeah.
Everything.
That
Class.
Like,
richest spot in DC,
like,
right?
let's say city center condos, they're not gonna start selling for half off now because the market crashed.
You said city where?
City Center.
DC. Imagine City Center DC condos, and they're like, their condos $1 million, and the market crashes, and they're like, man, it's going up for 500 now. Nope.
No.
Not happening. DC is not going to that. It's not crashing.
Yeah.
So, you know.
He'd rather buy that than pay for this equivalent apartment $5,000-$6,000 anyway.
I see.
And regardless, real estate is also like a roller coaster, right?
Yeah.
Roller coaster go up, goes down, goes back up, goes down.
Yeah.
Our
It's
job
always
is
gonna be
literally
like that.
to ride it.
That's
That's why I
catch
have
it
it on
on
your
the way.
logo. That's what, you know.
Exactly.
It's the perfect time right now.
Yeah.
Catch it up,
Yeah.
going up, you sell or you hold. Like if I can't sell a house and the market's crashing, I'll rent it.
Right.
Mm.
I'll wait, rent it for 2-3 years, market bound to go back up,
Eventually,
sell again, go down, go up. That's all it is.
It's part of
But
the
you're
game.
never gonna lose it. It's a plot of land. It's not
Especially
gonna
when,
disappear.
you know,
It won't get up and walk away
Yeah,
tomorrow.
Especially if you're buying it half off.
Yeah.
We don't buy nothing it's not half off. So it's not gonna go under that.
Exactly.
You know what
So
I'm saying?
one, you're
What
getting
is
it at a
break even?
discount. You're getting it at a discount. Then
Yeah.
you rent and hold.
Yeah.
You rent it and hold it. You wait. When it comes back up, you sell it.
You sell it.
Then you buy it again. So
Imagine buying Air Force Ones for
Yeah, I was in
$50 right now. You know, something
Yep.
like that.
Yeah.
I get what you're
That's
saying.
basically what it is.
Yeah.
It's like you can't lose.
Reselling.
What
It's
about when
all
it
the
comes to
same.
like, I mean, besides properties, what about land? Have y'all like invested in land and just like, you know?
yeah, I mean I don't like land, but we're thinking about doing one land development now.
We're about 300 acres in.
Oh.
But it's challenging too.
Yeah,
You know, it has
yeah.
its own challenges. You know, it has zoning,
Different.
and you gotta subdivide it. You gotta get
Yeah.
addresses. Imagine a land.
Yeah.
You want to build 100 houses. Okay, you gotta get street names.
Street
You gotta
names and
have
all this stuff.
sidewalk,
Yeah,
you gotta
all
have
that.
curb.
It's not the right. Remember what he was saying earlier, like it always changes. Like the game, you know, it changes, and you know, you try to go bigger or try to, you know.
Yeah.
There's always new stuff they add.
It's almost the biggest
Requir-
you can get at this point. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it takes time.
Yeah, requirements,
I
new
was
requirements.
recently reading something about, was it like Bill Gates and Bezos, like recently. It was like somewhere in the middle of nowhere. Just bought so much land. Like, it didn't even
Yeah, I
make
think
sense
they-
the amount of what,
Yeah,
like
I mean,
what
they have a
the.
plan that we don't.
Yeah, of course.
We're not.
No,
Yeah.
I know, but it was just like that. There's like so much, like you said, like that's the biggest you can get, you know? It's serious.
That's also like, say if you got, like, you're trying to write money off too, right? So if you got $1 million, the end of the year, if you didn't spend that $1 million, you owe the government a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the best thing to do? Buy this $1 million building, now I don't owe the government anything.
Right.
That's the game that those guys are playing.
Get it
I
ahead.
should ask you this earlier. If me LT right now wanted to, just buy a house or something right now, what's the process like? What's the process? How to start?
There's two ways. I mean, you guys, either would be your W-2s and going the conventional or FHA way, or you're 20% down of whatever the property costs, and nobody asks a question after that. That's
20%.
Yeah, 20% is the easiest way.
When
If the house costs
Of the cost.
$100,000, bring your $20,000 down, and nobody's gonna ask you a question. You get that house.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter your credit, nothing.
So some people, what they do is they get a partner that puts the down payment, so they don't put nothing.
Oh yeah.
So that way they're still making profit after they own the house.
Because you're the manager. You're the fund. You're the guy
Exactly.
that's the
Say
manager.
you two want to buy a house, you need 20,000. You ask your uncle for 20,000.
Right.
He gives you the 20,000. You guys own the house. He lets you borrow the down payment.
Yeah.
Every
You give
month.
him 30%. You keep 70.
Every month you break him off, and you're good. So
Yeah.
it's like you don't need the money really. You just
Really?
need
Okay.
That's crazy. Yo,
Or if you want one uncle don't got 20,000, you go to 4 uncles that got 5.
Right.
He's
And
a
that's
good
the game
five,
too.
five,
You
five.
tell everybody, hey man, I can give you all 10% each
Yeah.
of this for just $5,000, and the property's worth $500,000. I'm only asking you for 10,000.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean 100,000. I'm sorry. You can start off like that.
Yeah.
But on your first flip, stay away from Baltimore, yo.
Stay away from Baltimore. That's funny. Yeah.
And obviously
Everyone said,
location
you should do
matters
that.
a
You
lot.
should go to
Okay,
Baltimore.
yeah, stay up here. We got y'all.
Yeah.
We got things in Baltimore too, but we're willing to risk that.
Yeah.
I feel you. You're at a point too of that. You're willing
Baltimore
to.
been the same since I was born.
Right.
For real.
That's
Over
facts.
there.
Sadly, it's our bad. It's we still somewhat claim y'all. Shout out B more, man. Man, Yoni, Hamza, it's crazy, man. These men, they busy. Y'all probably got some phone calls and houses to jump to right now, right?
Sunday we try to
Sunday's family day.
Family day. Hey, let's talk about that too, man. Mashallah, Hamza. Born Yoni, I know you got two, mashallah. Starting
many
families too. Me, I got a couple on the way. Inshallah. You know what I'm saying? But now, how is that too? With work and
Balance.
balancing that.
It's a new challenge, a different challenge.
Yeah, I feel that. Mashallah, I be seeing Hamza bringing Zayn, to what's it called? He be in the office making the deal and whatnot. I be down on your story, bro. It'd be too funny. Mashallah.
He actually owes me a check, right? Sign off.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Nah, it's cool though, being it slowed us down as well.
Yeah.
Grounded us, Our office before that was in a back of a suburban, riding around the city.
Now look at
Yeah,
y'all.
alhamdulillah.
30
Yeah.
people in our office, 3-4 different, rooms.
Right.
Yeah.
It grounds you, what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So you got, something to go home to. I used to just sleep on anybody's couch because I don't want to go home. Now,
Yeah.
you got to go home. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Exactly.
But yeah, it's just also important to have someone that you're doing all this for too, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Some of the times you buy some real estate and you might not, let's say a 30-year mortgage right now. You buy a house and you said you're 25, right? So if you buy a house right now and you have a 30-year mortgage, it means in 30 years you will owe nothing, right?
Mhm.
In 30 years you'll be 55. That money is really not much for you.
Well,
If you have a kid, and let's say your kid is 15 years old, in 30 years, huh? No, I'm saying if he had
10
a,
years old. He said if he's 25, he had the kid.
no, I'm saying if he's 55,
He's
30
saying-
years later, and you got a
Yeah.
15-year-old,
a 15-year-old.
Yeah, he's good to go.
Yeah,
a 15-year-old that just got a paid-off house that's worth, what's the average house in this area? 800,000?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Something like that. Yeah.
All right, now you can pay for 3 more years. College tuition is done. Maybe his first business plan or business idea. Maybe it's his first car. You can pay for his wedding. There's a lot of stuff that you can do.
Exactly.
That's
for
just
that,
one
right?
house. Imagine, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then a lot of us are like immigrants and stuff like that. Your parents probably would be renting a house. Then you're 18 or 19 trying to go to college, and
Yeah.
we're all on that financial aid. You know what I mean? Because
Yep.
As of right now, our kids, have houses. They'll be either renting together or splitting down the middle.
Yeah.
One day down the line.
Inshallah.
They have no intention on selling it. Maybe using it for leverage to buy more houses.
That's a blessing.
But other than that, no, it's there. They can
So you start working towards that. You're like, okay, bet. All right, this is generational wealth.
Yeah,
You're not trying to make today money.
Exactly. Which is why it's everyday investments.
Yeah.
So that way future investments are in place.
Yeah.
You know, mashallah, for real, it's like you said, you have to have a backbone. You have to have something, you know what I'm saying, you're looking for, if not for yourself, for your people, you know.
Yeah.
I respect that, man. It's just like us, all of us foreigners, you know what I'm saying? I feel like not just us, but in general, everybody needs that motivation, you know what I'm saying? If there's nothing motivating you today, there's always something, you know what I'm saying? There's your family, your parents, your kids. If you have a family, you know what I'm saying, siblings, what lifestyle. You just got to make it a lifestyle.
That's probably the biggest one right now in this generation. Right, your lifestyle.
Yeah, I feel that. That's crazy, man. Everyday investors in the building, man.
We're in their building right now.
Yeah, for real. For real.
Anytime,
Appreciate that.
It's love. It's love.
We always tell people to come out. You know, the first time we really got people together, I think the pandemic hit like a month or two later.
Oh,
you
right.
know what I'm saying? So some people, you know, were scared to come out and slowed it down, but tell everybody, to schedule a time, and I can tell you what job sites to meet us on.
Right.
Meet me or Hamza, one of us, to meet us on, and just show y'all, what's going down for that day.
Yeah.
Or when we start a new project, show y'all, every week of, what's going down.
Yeah.
We try to be more hands-on instead of just trying to do this on.
Yeah. That's another thing too.
Yeah, hands-on is best.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to learn just through the computer. So like for me, that's really hard for me to learn over.
That's what I like about y'all. You guys are like very open to teach people the game.
Exactly. And it's like, that's a blessing.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Like, it's a lot of money out here. So
I see some of my friends involved with you guys too, like flipping houses too and stuff. So it's like, okay, you guys are very open to it.
Create a web.
You
create a web, and you always have a backbone, a help, or somebody.
Exactly.
Your contacts have depth.
Exactly. And networking and all that. And I said this, you know what I'm saying, in the other podcast, but in general, like also like one of the most important steps of success too is like giving too, like the fact whether it is what's it called. So that's a major factor in everyday investors, man. How y'all like look out for people, take them. Who was that was working with y'all? Mashallah.
What's he look like?
Dreads.
He's talking about Alex.
Yeah, I remember mashallah when he got his first deal.
Oh yeah.
Shout out Jeezy, man.
Shout out to Jeezy, man.
Yeah, shout out him.
He's been working.
He's on the second one.
Yeah. That's just a prime example of what everyday investors do, man. Feel free to, if y'all want to let people know, I'm going to put it obviously on the video y'all at, what I'm saying, what y'all can help people with. I mean, you just mentioned, but in general.
Come on and use, I'd rather be used than be useless.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, that's
Montana. I'd rather be used than be useless.
That's a bar.
Give this energy, and I keep it real. Some people gonna drop out, some people gonna fall out, some people can't, won't be able to handle it. And that's cool, and that's
right.
But
you gotta find out.
I'll try to make it at least as easy as possible, so that person doesn't get stressed, or let them know that this happens.
Right.
Somebody to be there, somebody you can just lean on.
Like a mentor.
Ask a question, mentor.
Exactly.
For sure.
Somebody you can ask questions to. That's big, man.
Yeah, it's big. It's
you
love.
The answer sometimes people are like, man, maybe this ain't for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trust me, this
can be for you. You just gotta try it. Yeah. Man.
Male, no matter what you are.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Anyone can, right?
Yeah, anyone can do it. Yeah.
Come through, man. I'm gonna put that ad on the video. Man, you already know we are at the Halal Wrist Podcast. Man, Yoni, Hamza, we appreciate y'all for taking the time. Hopefully we didn't lose y'all any profit or anything like that.
Good guy.
I'm messing with y'all. But in general, we appreciate y'all, man, for coming through, letting us, host it in this beautiful office. As they've mentioned, everyday investors, I'll be putting both their ads. And if you want to get into that real estate and know what you're doing, tap in, man. Tap in.
Yes, sir.
We out. Peace.